In this video, we're going to look at how we can set the spreadsheet up to prepare for a goal that may be scored in the first half. Now, if a goal is scored, two of our scores will be out of play and we'll only have one left in play. Now there we've got our same bets and lays as we had in the previous spreadsheet. Now if a goal is scored by the away team, we would then have a losing bet there on the home team. So what we can do is we can transfer that stake into this part of the sheet where this bet is still in play. Just put the bet stake in from the 1-0 score, and this part of the spreadsheet then sees that bet as a losing bet. Now also transfer the lay stake into this part of the sheet, and that lay stake now is seen as a successful lay. So that losing bet will be deducted and that successful lay will be added to this part of the spreadsheet. So now all we need to do is input the current odds for the 0-1 score, and we can see our potential profit there for any of those odds. We can see the potential profit in the hedge column there. So if some time has passed in the game and the odds have, we would start to make a profit. And if it was quite well on the way to half time, we might have odds of 5 for instance, and you can see that if you're approaching half time you can get quite a substantial profit if either of these two teams score, and that's due to our insurance lay helping to offset the loss of our losing bet on the other score. Now personally I set a spare copy up, which is why I've got the second copy up here, and before the kick-off set all this up in readiness for if a goal is scored. And if a goal is scored, just come to this spreadsheet that you've set up before the kick-off and just carry on trading, and that will save you a lot of sweating over working out what you need to do with your stakes on the spreadsheet during the game. Okay, now we'll look at so that's a goal scored during the first half. We'll now look at if a goal is scored if you need to trade into the second half, and a goal scored while you're doing that. Now here we are in the third copy of this spreadsheet, and this one is set up for if a goal is scored in the second half, if you have to trade into the second half. Now just the same as before, we'll only have one bet still in play. So if we assume it's this one again, we would have our losing bet on the other score, so put that in this part of the spreadsheet. But also now 0-0 has gone right to half time, so we have the full liability of our 0-0 lay to make up as well, and that is shown at B4, so transfer that down to there. So now we've got our full liability of 0-0 there, and our losing bet liability there. Now if a goal is scored, we can put the same ones in there. If the score becomes 1-0, you can trade this part. If it becomes 0-1, you can trade this part. So all you do is transfer that £6 or £6 bet into there, and put that 9.52 in there, and put both the lay liabilities in, both the same at 12.25. So whichever way the score goes, you either trade this part of the spreadsheet or you trade that part of the spreadsheet if a goal scored in the second half. So again, just input your odds, and the hedge column shows what will happen to your trade, and the same at that side. If the score went the other way, just input your odds there and your profit will be shown there as well. Okay, so thanks for listening. Oh, by the way, you can open two windows in Betfair. So just log in twice and you can have both markets open. You can look at the correct score market in one window and the half-time score market in the other. So you can flip between your two windows without having to click on the links to get into both markets. So you can get your current odds very quickly by looking in both windows. Okay, good luck with that. and thanks for listening.